about a couple years ago, PGF Nook had the world on fire. What up? They say they on the block, it's time to slide. Fuck them up. Hey, we was messing with the music. I don't know what really went on with Buddy. It's like he kind of fell off the planet a little bit. And then I get on YouTube today. Look at this. 1090J. Boy, he don't miss. That boy do not miss. Applaud. What a button at? Hold on. Alright, cool. Anyway, it says Chicago rapper PGF Nook taken down by feds after 2 carjackings in 30 minutes. Boy, that boy was down bad. To be that thirsty to do 2 carjackings less than an hour is crazy. Maybe he spent all his rap bread, but man, if he was really on it, man, and I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He signed that deal and got that big time feature from Polo. That's why he probably wasn't receiving them rap checks. I don't know what the hell going on, bro. But when you sign that major deal, you sign that label deal. If you go with Empire, they do some. When you recoup, y'all get like some type of split. But like these regular record labels, bro, you get all of 5 points of your own music. And everything that was spent on your music coming out of your 5%. Look it up. As you think I'm cap. I'm saying all that to say this. It was more than likely dude went broke for real. That's why I be telling like the rappers and stuff. I mean, get on this YouTube stuff. I'm really a strong advocate for doing internet work. It's so like you can sell things on the internet. You don't even gotta meet people. You can build things. You can do a whole vitamin business, bro. Do a whole vitamin business. Selling vitamins. You don't even got to meet these people. You got so many tools and resources nowadays. Hey, internet money. Anyway, let's go ahead and see the story about PGF Nook. I might have to cut some of that stuff out. Yeah.
Man, what's up, everybody? It's 1090J. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on PGF Nook being indicted by the feds in Chicago for 2 back-to-back carjackings that took place in less than 30 minutes. PGF Nook, one of Chicago's rising.
And why he ain't had that mask on? It's like he was glued on his whole career. Now let's say he ain't got the
drillers may have just ended his own career. The man behind the mask, identified as 22-year-old Virgil Gibson, has now been officially indicted by the feds. It's been 2 years since Nook dropped his hit song, gaining over 100 million views and instant stardom in his city. With a co-sign from Lil Durk to be
a platinum recording artist. Platinum record. If they got 100 million YouTube views, it's platinum. I only got to look at the other numbers. Doing carjackings, that sound crazy. That's the headline. That's the headline when you do stupid shit and get caught. Yeah, that's what it is. They gonna tell you your accolades. And right behind them accolades, the stupid shit you done did. Yeah.
Stage by Polo G, Nook seemed like he could possibly be next up from the rack, but a series of arrests, along with his views going down, would seemingly lead the rapper to crashing out. Back in August of 2023, Nook was arrested after a Glock with a switch was found on the floorboard of the car he was driving.
That's the rapper PGF people right here.
Who you talking about?
According to a Chicago News article, police stopped the vehicle because the plate on the car had been flagged.
But you see how quick people is to lie? And he ain't lie on purpose, but he did. Like he knew what the fuck he was saying, but he just ain't know what the fuck he was trying to say. And that nigga told a lie too quick, bro. Oh, shit.
For impound after previously eluding police, meaning Nook was caught riding in a getaway vehicle. According to the news report, the person
my bad, hold on.
riding passenger with Nook told police it was Nook's gun, and Nook told the police it belonged to the passenger. Obviously, the gun belonged to one of them, but neither one of them wanted to take the charge.
God, bro, the video get funny. Nah, that's his shit. That's his shit. Oh, could just imagine that's how it was. Nah, that ain't mine. Oh, shit. Why I'm laughing at this nigga going to jail, I don't fucking know. But that's all it is. Man, this shit funny, man. This shit funny.
And according to the article, they told on each other to police. Nook would be arrested, later freed on pretrial release, and 8 months later, arrested for double carjacking plus kidnapping. On April 7, 2024, federal prosecutors alleged Nook carjacked 2 people within 30 minutes. The first attack was on the south side of Chicago at a gas station in the 5900 block of South Morgan Street in Inglewood. It's alleged that Nook, armed with a handgun, took a 32-year-old man's Chevy Malibu at gunpoint. 30 minutes later, Nook arrived at a gas station in the 8300 block of South Cottage Grove, driving the man's Chevy Malibu. Nook allegedly got out of the stolen car, opened the door to another man's Kia Optima, and forced him into the passenger seat at gunpoint. The 35-year-old victim was forced to transfer money from his bank account, remove some of his clothes, and then get out of the car. Covert Chicago police.
The more into the story we getting into, this is definitely PG Nook's Crashout day. What the fuck? What the fuck? The shit sounds
Police later spotted the hijack.
What getting them halfway undressed do? That Justin embarrassed this nigga? Y'all already done took money from this nigga. Made him send y'all money. Mate, who account they send it to? You know what?
Here in the 1600 block of West 55th Street, while PGF Nook was found hiding in the janitor's closet of a nearby phone store. He'd be found wearing the same clothes as the hijacker that would later be seen on surveillance video. Nook would be charged with 2 counts of vehicular hijacking with a firearm, armed aggravated kidnapping, and aggravated unlawful restraint. But the biggest blow would be when the feds announced the indictment. On Tuesday, July 16th, a federal grand jury indicted Nook on 2 counts of carjacking,
motor vehicle theft, carjacking, violent crime, machine gun. That's the second count for both of them. Interference with commerce by threat or violence. Another violent machine gun charge. Kidnapping. Right. Buddy's cooked. USA versus Gibson.
3 counts of brandishing a firearm during a crime of violence, and 1 count of robbery and kidnapping. The charges in the indictment carry a maximum sentence of life in federal prison. As everyone pretty much knows, when the feds become involved, it isn't a matter of if you're going to prison, but how long you're going for. Let's not forget that at the time of the broad day carjackings, Nook was still on pretrial release for his state gun case when he was caught with a switch. At this time, he hasn't been federally charged with the switch, even though his charges would appear to state 3 counts of violent crime / drugs / machine guns. Within the indictment, it clarifies he has 3.
Fuck Cook. This nigga burnt. This motherfucker's toasted. It's
3 counts of
Hey, just in case they wanna, you know what? Give them some more shit. That's all they can really do right now. Let's make an example out of him. Throw that switch on there. Another 10. Yeah.
Brandishing the weapon during a crime of violence. PGF Nook is currently being held in the Cook County Jail within the infamous Division 9. This would be home to the max custody inmates with the most violent cases in Chicago. Nook's Instagram would be flooded with comments about him being a crash dummy and ruining whatever was left of his career. It's hard to imagine this playing out in any way other than bad, as the amount of evidence is overwhelming. Not only were the crimes captured on video, he was arrested wearing the same clothes as the person committing the crimes on video. He was arrested nearby one of the stolen vehicles, and he had one of the victims wire him money to an account, possibly his own account, because if he's desperate enough to carjack in broad daylight, he might be dumb enough to send money to himself. Federal documents.
How much y'all think this nigga got signed for? I want to say a quarter ticket. Probably $1 million deal, but he got his advance was a quarter ticket or something like that. But he was still doing shows and shit. Like that ads. Some shows be sometimes $20,000 a pop. Goddamn $30,000 a performance. Like that shit adds up. Nigga might do a show all week. Who knows? But that song was big enough for him to generate $1 million. Easy. If he ain't making M off that one, it's, you know, I look at him like, what? That's how I look at him if the nigga told me he ain't make $1 million off that one song. He had a few that popped. It's easy to look. It's easy to look from the outside in, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm a nigga that understand that the numbers I see on the internet, bro. I understand them numbers, the views, the likes, what kind of real life attention that is. You know what I mean? As of getting booked, asked to do features. Like I know what kind of traffic, rather than attention, but traffic that brings. He should be motherfucking on anniversary goddamn other day or something. If I'm just saying it's no reason to be doing all that shit, jacking people, having people send money to your account. I honestly want to feel like this nigga was chasing a thrill or something. It's no way in hell he shouldn't have just not been a rapper only. Niggas still in the streets doing carjackings and robberies and shit. I just feel like he had ways to make some money, bro. I don't know if he did all that before, but he could have sold his publishing. The publishing rights to What Up. That shit worked for him alone. If he ain't already done it so far, like, I just feel like it's so many different ways he could have got some money. Yeah, I'm done beating that point down to the ground.
Documents would state Nook does have a lawyer, but what's the fucking point with all the shit that's against you? All she's doing is overseeing the plea deal he's about to take, because trial would end with a life sentence, and Nook really has nothing to bargain with, meaning whatever the feds offer him is most likely what he's gonna have to take. At 22 years young, it's likely Nook won't be seen again until he's well into his 30s. It's highly unlikely he'll be let out on pre-trial release, knowing he's still pending a gun case in the state's courts. See, this is the hardest part of living the lifestyle. Nook quickly became the biggest name in his circle. Money started coming in, shows were getting booked, interviews were being done. Nook saw the rise, but he couldn't predict the fall. I mean, he had so many switches in his first video that they weren't even as impressive in the next 20 songs. He was left in the shadow of his only hit, his fan base would slowly turn.
If Nook ain't had the people with the wherewithal to keep him free and keep him generating some type of income, goddamn getting his ear about, you know, holding off on doing all this shit for the people, cause shit, if you the only motherfucker in the gym, why the fuck they gonna be mad when you close that door? You the only one in this bitch. There's not nobody else in this bitch or attempting to come in this bitch then put up these shots with you. I'm basically making a reference or analogy to, goddamn, you the only one providing, doing the work and this, that, and the third. Goddamn, you can cut water off when you want to. They motherfuckers shouldn't have an issue with you cutting water off. Cutting water off the money for people that couldn't catch on. But anyway, they shouldn't have a problem with you cutting that off. They shouldn't. And if they do, fuck them. I'm just saying, niggas shouldn't. A nigga shouldn't be back to jacking cars, bro. If you have to put your verse fee down to $1,000, a nigga gonna cop a Nook verse, bro. Hell, charge him an extra $1,000 and do the video with him. I mean, if he get that, I'm just saying, bro. He shouldn't have been. He shouldn't have been doing all that, bro. And I'm gonna keep beating down the same point. My bad.
And now he's left to see who around him was actually rocking with him. Nook can be seen with his mom, who's clearly an OG GD or an OG gangster disciple. The son of a gangster, Nook would describe in an interview how his own mom shot back at his ops after his house was shot up.
It was a point where my mama had to shoot, you feel me? Like, I want that type shit. I never be at the crib, but they'd come to my crib, try to shoot the house up. Tell them mama had to start shooting, like, that's to defend her crib type shit. Like, that's type of shit that made me go harder in the streets.
Some could say Nook was doomed from the start, being raised into the gang-banging world of Chicago, while others could say he had a head start in the streets. Being that he's young and hasn't been to prison, his next move will have to be his best. One of the biggest mistakes for first-time or younger inmates is to not accept a plea deal. While it sounds easy, actually living through the experience of signing your name on a piece of paper, knowing you're signing away years of your life to be spent in prison, it's easier said than done. But not signing results in trial and a harsher punishment. Meaning Nook could be offered 10 years, deny it, be found guilty at trial, and sentenced to life because in his mind, he hoped his lawyer could find him a way home. With over 90% of federal cases ending in a plea deal,
I was about to say, bro, that trial is all or nothing for the ones who didn't know.
it can be expected within the next 6 to 12 months, Nook will sign his fate and the case will end. We'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when What Up dropped, that was my shit. I'm playing it constantly. In my humble opinion, he never dropped another song that competed with that. So it's like I said, it seemed his career was kind of riding on that one song, and it's such a drill song, it didn't really go mainstream, you know what I mean? It was in the clubs and all that, but somebody play that in the club and then there's a shootout outside, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not something they could really push like that. And unfortunately, when you have people that's in the streets or come from the streets, like, I feel like one of the hottest things wouldn't be being broke, it would be getting a glimpse of a better life and then having it snatched. Whether you made X amount of money and went back broke, whether you moved out the hood but had to move back, he was really traveling around, going out here, going out there, doing shows. He hit Miami, he hit LA, most likely hit New York. He's making his moves. He's thinking he's gonna be the next big rapper out of Chicago, and it just, over the next 2 years, didn't work out. Back in Chicago, getting caught up in the bullshit. For him to crash out on a solo mission, they're not saying they were looking for any co-defendant or nothing. This is something that he was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go do this. You know what I mean? Like, there was alleged he got robbed by his own friends, whatever, how that goes. I guess people were turning on him. He got desperate and broad day allegedly decided to carjack 2 different fucking people. I don't even know why he took the first one just to drive to the other gas station to take another one. And then, hey, bitch, what?
And it almost sounded like he was on a binge of drugs and needed a whole lot of money cause you know he had a whole bunch of money, so you know he ain't got nothing but to get high. You know, shit. He's what they call a power play. Like, that nigga, he getting a lot of drugs every time he call. But anyway, a motherfucker used to a lot of drugs, you know, they gotta do crazy shit to get their drugs. Goddamn. Oh, it just sound like he was just crashing out for drugs. Yeah.
Cash at me the money. What the fuck? It was just such a careless move. And you can look at it like he threw away his career. You can look at it like his career already died. And a lot of people, when they get desperate, when they can't handle the responsibilities and the pressure of society, they act on impulse, they do something dumb, and they find themselves in a system where now they have to wait and see how many years they're gonna be kept from society. This is something I've seen a lot. There's a lot of people that are locked up that are scared to go home because they know about the pressure, the responsibility. It's easier for a motherfucker to wake up in jail or in prison, eating the food that they give you and just living off the land in there. You get taken care of.
Yeah.
He might.
Man, let me know how y'all feel about this PGF Nook, bro. I just feel like shit. I don't know. I'm always the type of motherfuckers okay, this what it is, so we gotta make the best of what it is right here. Like, I'm always trying to maximize what I got going on, or what's been presented. You know what I mean? The situations and whatnot. If I would have got to making posts about verses. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. You know, if he still would have had his draw, bro, goddamn, he could have got hopped on his YouTube. He could have hopped on his Instagram shit, bro. These people, you know, his image of a gangster. If he would have got on Instagram and started doing like funny little TikTok dances, not all the way dancing, or the hell the skits and shit, he could have got his draw back up. Almost like how the baby trying to crawl his way back to where he was. Per prime example right there. That's all I'm trying to say right there. Anyway, it's your boy Snore. I'm gone.